How's it going, my lovely Death Disciples? I am the Shattered Reaper, and today we are going to continue our Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Play. Where last we left off, we had just, well, the temple blew up. Everybody died, a bunch of people died, and we fought some demons and came across some interesting characters by the name of Cassandra, Solus, and Varric here. And we have made the decision to go ahead and sneak through the mountain pass while we have soldiers. Oh, oops, sorry. Did not quite mean to shoot. Sorry, Cassandra. But we're going through the mountain pass right now so that we could reach the temple while the warriors fight and put themselves at risk so that we can get there.
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is this? A mine?
Part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
Okay, so yes, there are also some missing scouts here, which is why I made the decision to go down this pass, so that I could go ahead and save them. And these are some odd. What is going on with the camera angles, guys? Kind of having a rough time here. So whenever you feel like it. Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, stop shooting me and clawing me, and stop changing the camera angle when I am left clicking. Do I just have to hold down the right button the entire time? Because if so, that's kind of annoying. I mean, not really, but like, now that I figured it out, but when I didn't, it was pretty damn annoying. Okay. But everything's taken care of. Let's look around, see if there's anything of value that could be of interest or of use to us in the near future and such, or at any time. Really, I don't really care. I'm not picky. Just as long as it's something I could use. Nothing? No? Okay. I always want to make sure that whatever loot is available, I get. Nope, nothing there. This is very, very nice, I have to say. Very nice backgrounds and such. Very nice atmosphere. Love the dank, cool cave and such. And oh, loot! Finally! You know, I really just need to be able to get my fix on for loot. Got some coins from that. What do we get from here? Nug Totem. Blue Vitriol, primary salt, low armor rating, damage, staff, damage type cold, utility slot, +1 strength, offense, +1% chance to stagger target on hit, defense slot, 1% chance to stagger attacker on being hit. And Dragonling Scale, common leather, low armor rating, +1 dexterity, chance to center target on hit, 2.5% fire damage resistance. Ooh, I'll take it. I mean, the Dragonling's already dead. What do you want me to do? Alright, Cassandra, you deal with the melee stuff so that I do not get clawed in my beautiful face. Okay, Wraith is taken care of so we don't have to deal with their bullshit. Okay, I don't know where I am getting all of these arrows, but pretty sure I should have run out at this point. But oh well, we're not going to concern ourselves with the... You little bitch. Do not interrupt me when I am talking. That is just rude. I am the main character of this story, and thus I deserve to be treated with more respect than that. Okay, let's see. Samite. Cloth. Low armor rating, +1 willpower, 1.5% chance to heal on kill. Spirit damage resistance. Okay. I like that. I do very much like that. Gonna use a health potion to heal. There we go. All good.
Yes, we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our elven friend here.
Isn't Solus also your elven friend? Are we both your elven friends, or is it just me? I just want to be sure, Varric, is all. Anyway, so got the elf route. Now that we've taken care of that, let's go ahead and move on, shall we? We got a breach to solve, some scouts to possibly save. Not all of them, unfortunately, but hey, we do our best here. We're all doing our best here. No shame in that. Oh wait, there are allies up ahead. Okay, I did not need to use that ability, but oh well. Range from afar. There we go. Uh-oh.
Lady Cassandra! Lieutenant, you're alive. Just barely.
Okay, now they got some, very thin, dang, I don't know how to describe it, but, it's something. Okay, need to disrupt the rift. For the good of the realm. Oh wait, I can close it. Close it. Close the rift. There we go. Ah. Ugh.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Oh, well, you know, it's
Let's
just
hope
my
it
thing.
works on the big one.
I'm sure we'll nothing to worry about.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. He insisted we come this way.
The prisoner?
Yeah.
Then
Hi.
you-
Let's see, how do I want to respond? No time for talk. We got something to seal.
breach, and quickly.
To the breach? I don't...
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once. Quickly, let's move!
Yeah, just hurry to
The path
safety,
ahead
we'll
appears
take
to be
care of the
clear hands
rest.
as well.
Let's hurry before that changes.
I definitely feel like I designed my character, now that I think about it, to be
Down the
like a
ladder.
male
That's
version
the way
of...
to the temple.
hold on one moment. A fire-resistant cowl. And a hunting longbow, which I do not need because I have a better bow. But I think I just realized that I kind of designed my character to be sort of like a male pretty boy version of Arahan from Warhammer. I find it pretty interesting, and I love it. Alright, anyway, we're climbing down. Sliding down like a boss. Let's move, peeps.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
But don't worry, everybody, we got this. We got MC, but aka me here, so you know, we've got
The
this
Temple of
covered.
Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
Rediscovered.
That is where you walked out of the Fade,
Oh.
and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
Well, that certainly is a lot of, I'm gonna be honest here, I have no idea exactly how I avoided the fate of these people here. Cause, they look pretty damn burnt to a crisp. I don't even know how we're able to see their bodies the way they are, but, wait a minute, this is a fresh corpse. Well, I'm taking your helmet, so, I'm sure you don't mind, cause you are in fact dead. I don't even know how their corpses still look as intact as they are, considering the rest of the temple is just ruins. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on explosions. Very green, that I can tell. But not the good kind of green.
You're here.
Oh, you are also an archer.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
Just tell me what to do.
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Alright, let's do this. We got no time to waste. We got a world to save.
Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we
Sacrifice?
hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Aw, we can't use it for any
The
powerful
sacrifice
upgrades.
begins.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Alright, superhero landing, but not as epic because it's, you know what I mean. Regular hero landing, that's what it is. Alright, Mr. Rifty. Or Mrs.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
We'll talk about that later. I think we got things we need to murder. Oh.
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the elf.
Racist.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she?
What?
Is this vision true?
Well, you...
What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Alright, archers, take your aim. Be ready. Oh, hold on. I also need to be ready myself. Always gotta look beautiful and have moist, fresh lips for battle. That is my...
Now!
That is my motto. Alright, that is a big one. I'm just gonna stand back a little bit, do my thing, and,
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
not to worry, we got this, but at least I'm sure everyone should in fact know that I am most certainly not involved in whatever craziness happened here. Ow. Whether I survive that, though, is gonna be a big question.
Quickly!
Could you-
Disrupt the rift!
Oh, that's right. I can use Disrupt the Rift to weaken it. Perfect idea.
The demon is vulnerable. Now!
Ultimate damage. Thou cannot face against the grace of the elven people. Okay, people are kind of getting low health. Looks like I'm gonna have to do my disrupting of the rift thing again. Don't worry, comrades. I got this. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Help. Help me, Cassandra. Thank you. Okay, that's one down. Is there a way I could dodge roll, like, double tapping a key? I just tried it, it didn't quite work. Okay, I'm gonna have to go run around the other side. Because I need to disrupt that fade again. Or I mean rift. I got this, comrades, don't worry. There we go. Okay, defenses are strict again. Okay, we're doing good here. We're making good work, people. Let's keep it up. Soon enough it shall fall to the might of the elven people. Why is it I am doing this in a French accent? Don't question me. So what if I am a French elf? And also that I am being attacked by a bunch of demons. Fuck off, you! Thank you, Cassandra. You are very reliable. Oh. Well, at the very least, we're killing more demons, but we want the big one dead. So, Fade Rift, can you just, like, fuck off and let us do our thing instead of sending the small fry? I mean, it's fun killing them, but we want the big one. The big one's the meaty prize to take. He's almost dead. Hey, stop shooting my comrades, you coward! He's almost dead. Okay, disrupt one more time. And it should be taken care of.
Now!
Oh.
Seal the rift!
I just did, I think, didn't I? Or... oh. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I'm still holding the key, but I cannot do a good war cry because I don't really shout that often, so it's always awkward for me to do something like that. This is why I make for a better ranged character. I don't do that whole war cry thing, or just an assassin character. Oh. Don't worry, everything's fine, everything's under control, nothing to see here, just bunch of eviscerated corpses. None of them are me, though, so that's the important thing, you know. Just, you know. I mean, the world would just be an absolute... it would just be devastated if they lost someone as beautiful as I. Definitely know some of my fans definitely were concerned. But, you know, world's safe, I'm alive, so we're all good. And, ooh, now I'm in some fine-ass clothes. And in a nice-ass bed. Oh!
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Why are you afraid?
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand.
A lord, you say? Oh, well, that's still there.
It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
Then we're safe?
And the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
She does realize I am also an elf, right? So she probably should be too frightened. But anyway, at least the problem is solved. Hopefully nothing's broken in what she just dropped, but, oh, elf fruit. Okay, yeah, that can't be broken. I mean, it is an elven plant after all. Acquire both the ooh. Hold on a second, I need to check out all of this. Ooh, both the dragon. Ooh! Alright, let's see what we got here. So, even though the Ferelden Army Longbow does give me more dexterity, a lesser fire rune, a rare bow, 62 damage per second, plus 5 damage, plus 6% guard damage bonus, okay. Restriction not Varric. Restriction rogue only. Well, good thing you got me, because I'm taking it. That's, okay, there we go. Now I got a nice and equipped. There's the new hunting bow. I'm not going to equip that, obviously, but, you know. Just want to get all the new stuff out of the way. Fire-resistant cowl. Okay, so that does give me some more armor, and 14% fire resistance. It does get rid of the dexterity. Requirement level 6. Avar armor. Let's check that out, and... Okay, it's interesting. I'll give it that. It's interesting. At first I wasn't sure about it, but, after looking at it for a while, it seems good. Let's see. 5% cold resistance and an empty sigil. 87 armor rating. In comparison to my, other thing, though, I don't know. I wonder why everything's black and white. Why is everything black and white here? Let's see. Plus 2% melee defense, 83 armor rating, rare medium armor. Shokratar. Ooh. Well, hello there. I think the red might be a little bit overdone, and I don't know about the showing of the chest. Well, it kind of seems a little bit odd. But it does give me some nice armor rating. Plus 2% melee defense, plus 3% range defense. Okay, so that is better than what I have by a long shot. Get it? Because I'm using a bow. On Tom's Sod, plus 2 constitution, plus 2 cunning, 73 armor rating. Ooh. Well now, I can see why it might help with cunning. But, I mean, this is the better one out of them all. Unique heavy armor. Well, I mean, it is pretty damn unique. I'll definitely get that. Ooh! I just realized the design of the bow. By the way, I definitely think that this is a little bit dark because I can't really see a few things because of the atmosphere for this, menu. But I do like what I see of that bow. I'll definitely get a better look at it once we, get back to the, medium armor of the dragon. Ugh. Okay. Let's see how it looks. Ooh, I kinda like that. I mean, I do have much better armor, but at the same time, it just goes so well with my bow. You know what? Screw the rest of the armors. I'm going with this one. And, I'm just gonna go against everything else. Templar helmet? Nah, not gonna go with that. The dexterity is way better. But yes, I think I'm definitely gonna go with this outfit. Not the fire-resistant cowl, though, because, I'm not a high enough level. I'm literally a level 3 rogue, so, not gonna help me there. Okay, so, crafting materials. So I got blue vitriol, dragonling scales, samite. But yeah, I think this armor works perfectly for me. A nug totem. Are there any details I can get from it, or no? Okay, well, anyway. I forget. How do I get to the, player level? Oh, there we go. Abilities and tactics. Let's take a look at archery. Yeah, I figured we had another point available, so let's take a look, shall we? Death from above. Okay, explosive shot. You fire a powerful shot that explodes on impact, damaging enemies around your target. Or we could go for the Eagle Eye. Long shot now deals even more damage at greater ranges. I think we're gonna go for Eagle Eye, upgrade the ability to its final point before getting anything new. So we got the skilled achievement, very nice, and definitely looking very fine in my new attire, if I do say so myself. Again, may not be the most effective armor, but I'm not here for effectiveness. I'm here for style. That's just how I work. Anyway, let's read this. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Patient observation has been on day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing, pulse over fast, not responsive, pupils dilated. Mage says his scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Fuck the Templars. Fuck all of them. I know what they've done in the Crusades, so definitely fuck every single one of them. And anyway, hold on. Oh, wait, there were codexes. I want to see how I can access those. Oh, wait, is it in journal? The threat remains. The breach is calmed, but the trouble is only beginning. Find Cassandra in the Chantry. Is there anything else in Haven? Know thy enemy. Some items recovered in battle may later be worth studying. Keep items for later. Okay, I got that. And, let's see. How do I access, the codex? I definitely want to know. Is it through the escape? Ah, there we go. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the characters. Let's see. Cassandra Pentagast, Lord Seeker Lucius. I am fully aware of the intent behind your predecessor's declaration. Lord Seeker Lambert pried the Templars away from Chantry control and led them into an assault upon all mages, for reasons you both find justified. I, however, am uncertain when the Seekers of Truth went from guarding against injustice to perpetrating it. If you truly believe that is not the case, I suggest you look out a window at the chaos this war has caused and ask yourself if Thedas will recover even if you are victorious. I remain at Divine Justinia's right hand and will stay there even if you brand me a traitor. I am sorry, but there is too much at stake to swerve from the path we willingly followed at the Chantry's foundation. From a letter by Seeker Cassandra Pentagast to Lord Seeker Lucius Corin, Dragon 939. Okay, Divine Justinia V. Divine Justinia V rose to power after the death of Divine Beatrix III in the year 934 of the Dragon Age. Little is known of Dorothea's background before she joined the Chantry as an initiate, but she proved to be a liberal and daring thinker, willing to take a former bard and lay sister Liliana as a close advisor. A headstrong devotion to her own agenda and rumored support of the Mage Rebellion earned her no small dislike from the powerful priests, long used to controlling access to the divine. In the year 940 of the Dragon Age, Divine Justinia called a summit intending to negotiate a truce between the Mage Rebellion and the Templar splinter from the Chantry. The Divine Conclave was held at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, the most holy place in Thedas. Before a resolution could be reached, a cataclysmic explosion destroyed the Conclave, consumed the temple, wrenched the sky, and shattered get it, the world's hope for peace. Oh. Divine Justinia V perished in the Temple of Sacred Ashes. The Chantry flounders, leaderless in the wake of her death, and its fate grows increasingly uncertain. If order is now restored to Thedas, Justinia V might be remembered as the Chantry's final divine. Oh. Well, she definitely sounds like somebody who really would have done some work, if I'm being perfectly honest. High Chancellor Roderick. Chantry to the Grand Cathedral in Valroye. It takes more than sermons to keep it alive. There's an invisible army at work ensuring meals are delivered, repairs are made, and faithful attended to. And much of it is done by Chantry brothers like myself. The position of High Chancellor places a man beside the most holy. I control who is permitted audience, handle her correspondence, deliver her word to Thedas, and serve as her advisor on matters which may be mundane but cannot be disregarded. If I have influence, let it be said, it is something I use sparingly, if at all. This is a task to which I devote myself with solemnity. I and my fellows bear a burden so that others are free to guide the spirits of Thedas unencumbered. Excerpt from a letter by High Chancellor Roderick Asinon, 938 Roderick. Okay, who else do we got? Who's this? Lavelin of the Dalish. From Clan Lavelon, a group of Dalish who migrate around the perpetually feuding Free Marches. Oh wait. Okay. The Dalish are elves who refuse to live in human cities where their people are exploited. Having few rights, they choose to eke out an independent existence in the forests, attempting to keep the last remnants of their ancient culture alive. Esthenor is from Clan Lavelon, a group of Dalish who migrate around the perpetually feuding Free Marches. Esthenor's people travel along the borders of each city-state's territory where Free March rulers will be less inclined to attack them, for fear of accidentally provoking neighboring cities. Esthenor became a hunter at a young age, growing into a respected protector and provider. The recent mage rebellions disturbed his clan's way of life as the fighting spilled out into the countryside. Clan Levelan's leader, Keeper Deshana, Estimathorial Levelan, chose Esthenor to spy on the meeting at the Temple of Sacred Ashes between the Divine and the feuding factions, so he could bring back news of the outcome. After the explosion that killed the Divine, Esthenor was the only survivor. Rumors that the mysterious mark on his hand is a sign of the Maker's favor were spread by those who claimed they saw the Divine Prophet, Andraste, herself, led Llewellyn out of the Fade. In case you're wondering, Esthenor is me. I am Esthenor. And, oh, we have more characters here. Solus, Cassandra. I understand our first order of business must be to investigate this bizarre breach in the sky and protect people from the demons descending. While my search continues, I wish to draw your attention to a new arrival at our camp. An elven apostate calling himself Solus. Solus entered the camp voluntarily, surrendering his staff to Chantry forces without protest. He is not Dalish and says that he has never been part of the Circle, claiming instead to have studied magic peacefully on his own, particularly magic tied to the Fade. While I suspect you will be reluctant to accept the help of an apostate, Solus did come to us freely. Witnesses saw him in a nearby village at the time of the blast, so he was likely not responsible for what happened at the Conclave. However, he has described the effects of the breach in enough detail to convince me that he knows more about the Fate than anyone else present. Solus has requested permission to study the lone survivor in one of the smaller rifts, in hopes of finding a way to seal the breach. He has correctly guessed that it is growing and believes it will destroy the entire world unless we find a way to stop it. Unless you object, I will allow him his studies, under proper observation, of course. Liliana. And Varric Tethras. Varric of the Dwarven Merchants Guild of Kirkwall is famous, or infamous, for two things: his books and his association with the Champion of Kirkwall. After the Templars and Circles broke away from the Chantry, Divine Justinia sent her agents to Kirkwall. Wait, did I see? His power and stories, its all history, is the best tales. The ones that last. Might as well be mine. Okay, where was I? Where the roots of the war began in search of answers. The Champion had long since disappeared, but Varric had written a book on his own friend's involvement in the destruction of the Kirkwall Chantry, and the left and right hands of the Divine located him with surprising ease. They captured and interrogated him, then brought him to the Conclave to give his testimony to the Divine in person, but fate decreed that he would never meet her. Okay. Crafting materials. Elf root. Obviously the most important of crafting materials. Elf root was first used by the elves of Arlathan, hence the name. The root gave their medicines particular efficacy. When the Imperium conquered the elves, the Magisters adopted its use and its popularity spread to all corners of the Empire. Elf root is a hardy plant with large green leaves that grows wild in many places. It's so common that it tends to show up in most gardens and fields, almost like a weed. Unlike a weed, however, most people appreciate having access to the wonderful little plant. The roots can be used with very little preparation. Rubbing some of the juice on a wound, for example, will speed up healing and numb pain, and the chewing on a slice of root treats minor ailments like indigestion, flatulence, and horse throats. There are several varieties, but the most useful for herbalists are the better gossamer and royal elf roots. An excerpt from the Botanical Compendium by Ines Erancia Botanist. Oh, that's interesting. I probably shouldn't read all of this, but there's just so much to learn. I'm not going to read the tutorials, because who cares about that? I just wanted to get that out of the way, though. Creatures. There should be a few in these, right? I would think. Okay, yeah, a few. So, let's see. Pride Demon. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the Pride Demons, perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men, as clever and manipulative as the Desire Demon, with a penchant for cruel irony that is almost human. While the demons of desire largely engage in the bribery of mortals, Pride will use mortals' own best nature against them. Clever men outwit themselves. Strong men crush themselves. Humble men forget themselves. Jealous men fear themselves. They turn corruption and ruin into an art. From Beyond the Veil, Spirits and Demons by enchanter Murdromel. Shade. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living, or once living, body. But this is not always true. Indeed, a shade is one such creature. A demon in its true form that is adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons became confused when they passed through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to seize immediately upon anything they perceive as life, jealously attempting to possess it. But what of those that do not? What of those that encounter no life or fail to possess a body? What of those that are most cautious by their nature? These demons watch. They lurk. They envy. In time, such a demon will learn to drain energy from the psyche of those it encounters, just as it did in the Fade. Once it is drained enough, it has the power to manifest and will forever after be known as a shade. Such a creature spurns possession. It instead floats as a shadow across its piece of land, preying upon the psyche of any who cross its path. Perhaps it believes itself still in the Fade? There is evidence to believe this is so. And the Wraith. Like Wisps, wraiths are sometimes thought to be the remains of spirits or demons that have been destroyed. They cannot shape the fate around themselves, nor are they capable of mimicking forms they see in the minds of dreamers as many weaker spirits do. Instead, they are the scavengers of the Fade, dwelling in the shadows of stronger beings, feeding on scraps of thought and emotion from beyond the veiled spirits and demons by Enchanter Metramel. Okay, I think that's all the Codex stuff I'm going to be reading, because we probably want to get on with the story, so, let's get on with it. Oh. Well, hello there. I see you are, saluting. Okay. Is there a way I can just walk? Indeed, sure. Yes, that is exactly what I am. The Herald of...
He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
Okay, well that, yes I did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, bitch. So you can shut your mouth. Okay, you're just gonna keep complaining, so I'm just gonna leave. You absolute... just... the people I deal with, just so ungrateful.
The Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Sorry, I just want to listen on these conversations a little bit. But it's just like, some of these people just do not appreciate anything. Is it because I'm an elf? Is that the reason? Is it because I'm an elf that you people have so much to complain about? You racists? Okay, anyway, let's just read this. A chant for the departed. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes towards flame, she should see fire and go towards the light. Veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her sword. Transfiguration 10:1, often sung by mourners as they light candles. Well, I don't know if the Maker's supposed to be the same thing as a certain deity I know of, but if the Maker is anything like that, I can only say that there is much despair that awaits. Just saying. But anyway, I know this is not the way I'm supposed to be going, but I just want to do a little bit of exploring. And oh, what do you know? Chantry hierarchy. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry. Although since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now in fact 2 Divines at any one time. Okay, so that's basically kind of like the time where the papacy was divided between the one in Rome and the one in Avignon, I believe was the name of the region it was called, where there were actually multiple popes at one time, which was definitely hilarious to read about. You know me, a witch. Any form of kind of division or dissidence amongst the church, it's only something that makes me laugh, and it makes me just, it just amuses me as I watch the chaos grow amongst my enemies. Anyway, one divine informally called the White Divine is a woman housed by the Grand Cathedral in Val Royer. Also probably a white supremacist, am I right? Okay, anyway, that was a bit of a stretch anyway. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Minrathhaus. Neither divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. A little bit. No matter the gender, a divine is addressed as Most Holy, or Your Perfection. Oh, you foolish mortals, you foolish, 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 foolish mortals. You will never understand perfection because you are but mere mortals. Beneath the rank of the divine is a Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their region. They travel to Valroyer when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remains where they are assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, Revered is appended to her title. These are the priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother, or revered mother, is addressed as Your Reverence. Brothers and sisters from the rank and file of the chantry and consists of 3-man groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the chantry for succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans, and similar unfortunates who were raised into the chantry life. The affirmed take care of the chantry and are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folk who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in the training. Whether in academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior, all initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics placed in charge of such archives are given the title Elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother. All other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their names, such as Brother Genitivi, from a guide from Ambassador from Rivian. Okay, well that was interesting to know. And oh, more things to read. See, this is why I explore. It's to be able to find more lore and more experience. Cordelis Dracon, founding of the Chantry, king of the city-state of Olay, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year -15 Ancient, the young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastian belief to the world. In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed there in its heart. Dracon knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste, and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Olay. His first act as emperor to declare the Chantry as its established Andrastian religion of the empire. Oh, they mixed church and state there. That ain't good. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Olesa and Montsimard was elected to lead the new Chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended, and the divine age began. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Okay, and over here is loot. See, this is why I explore. Dalish Toy Soldier and Apprentice Armor. Okay, so that seems more like a mage thing, so I have no interest in it except to sell it. Or, you know, maybe craft it. Oh, I can open these. Don't mind me, just lockpicking a few jail doors. Just regular things. and also looting. Dawn Lotus. Oh, a rare herb. Interesting. The Black City. No traveler to the Fae can fail to spot the Black City. It is one of the few constants of that ever-changing place. No matter where one might be, the city is visible. Always far off, for it seems that the only rule of geography in the Fade is that all points are equidistant from the Black City. The chant teaches that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, from whence he ruled the Fade, left empty when men turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even the most powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful Magister Lords from the Tevinter Imperium devised up means of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black, which was perhaps the least of their worries. From beyond the veil, spirits and demons by Enchanter Midramel. This is interesting. Yeah, I get it. Fine, Cassandra and the Chantry, I get it. But I have lore to read, okay? Andraste, bride of the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathos, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of the Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true god did. According to you, that's the true god. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. Oh yeah, so basically, you showed her hell. Yeah, that definitely is an amazing first date right there. Just, hey, look how awesome I am. I made hell, so either you worship me or you're going there, bitch. By the way, I'm also gonna marry you, so either you accept this marriage proposal or, you know. Well, I think about it, I wonder if that's how Yahweh picked up Mary. I dare anyone to try and prove me wrong on that one. Let's see. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Mafarith, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Almari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself. Fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Okay, yeah, this is definitely sounding a hell of a lot like Yahweh, so, oh boy. Definitely not good. Definitely awful. In every single way. Oh hey, I'm a benevolent god, but I also use all of these destructive ways to make people submit to me whether they want it or not. Yeah. Definitely a benevolent and loving god, I can tell. Oh boy. Anyway, the ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide washing over the Imperium, and when Mafarath saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew inside within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last the armies of Andraste and Malfarith stood before the very gates of Minrathos, but Andraste was not with them. For Mafarath had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to the Tevinter. For this, the Archon would give Mafarath all the lands to the south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Alamari and the Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. I mean, you could have also just, you know, cut the ropes and not killed her. But okay, that's fine. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mafarath, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him, and Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the sermons of Justinian II. Well, I mean, Maker. Here's an idea. You have all of this great power that you used to help her in the first place, but suddenly, when she's at her most desperate time of need, you just be like, nah, I'm not gonna do anything to help my wife or anything like that, or one of the people who just, like, allows me to, you know, go ahead and just trust in mankind again. But nah, I'm not gonna do anything like that. Oh god, this is definitely sounding too much like Yahweh. What have I done with my life? What am I doing with my life? And oh hey, there's another thing to read. The Disciples of Andraste. The Disciples of Andraste are unique in all of history. The cult preceded the Chantry and kept itself so hidden and isolated that it actually survived to modern day. The Disciples made their home high in the Frostback Mountains in a village called Haven, which is now a sanctuary for pilgrims of the Chantry. It is understood that the disciples were descendants of the first followers of Andraste, who brought her ashes to Ferelden and built the temple to house it. Because they had pledged themselves to the keeping of the Temple of Sacred Ashes, the disciples of Andraste never left the Frostbacks. For 900 years they kept strangers away, killing all who came close and were completely oblivious to the world that advanced beyond the boundaries of their home. Having developed separately from the traditions of the Andrastian chantry, the disciples were led by revered fathers. However, little else is known about the original beliefs of the disciples, for they had turned from their noble heritage by the time they were discovered. Almost all the scholars believe that the centuries-long isolation imposed upon the village led to the necessity for inbreeding. Okay, then. This practice likely led to a greater incidence of madness, which may explain why the cult was, at the time of its discovering in 930, worshipping a high dragon. Well, actually, that doesn't sound too bad. Worshipping a high dragon, that seems like top-peak intelligence right there, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, come on. Why would you not worship a dragon? That is just absolute ridiculousness. I mean, you're gonna be all like, oh, this god of absolute destruction, madness, and chaos is absolutely a god of love and benevolence and endearingness, but you think people worshiping a dragon is insane? Things people do not see about themselves, just insanity. According to writings discovered in Haven, the disciples of Andraste showed reverence to the dragon, believing it to be the prophet reborn. The egg clutches and dragonlings of the dragon were afforded great honor for being Andraste's offspring, and were cared for by the cult. The dragon never attacked the cult, being cunning enough to recognize how this arrangement benefited it. Well, I mean, fair enough. In 930 Dragon, the disciples were wiped out by the hero of Ferelden, who was on a quest to retrieve the sacred ashes of Andraste. Doesn't sound much like a hero at all. It's like, oh yeah, don't mind me. I'm gonna do this heroic thing of committing mass genocide. Actually, that's basically the majority of the Bible, really. Just mass genocides being declared as heroic because it's just people of different religions. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good. Okay, well, that's enough terrible history to go through, although I'm wondering if there's more that I can find down here. Because, I mean, it is giving me plenty of experience here, and, ooh, light. I can light things in the prison, and, ooh, I can work more on my roguery skills. Don't mind me just lockpicking a little bit more. I want to find out what's down here. Ooh, loot. Gimme. I have never actually discovered this place before, so I'm definitely just taking the opportunity while I can to just find what it is that I can. I don't know how I didn't discover it before, because it's like right there, but I'm definitely just taking in the awe of like how much I'm finding down here, because I definitely know for a fact I did not know about any of this. Nothing in here? Okay, so I just lockpicked that for no reason except for experiencing some more lockpicking. Alright, loot this. Rugged bow grip. Ooh, and a free marcher's helmet. Take all of that, so I do have something to upgrade my beautiful dragon bow. I definitely want to keep my dragon bow. Are there more amazing dragon bows I can have? I would very much like to have the best of the dragon bows. And, oh, more things to read. Misplaced notes. Notes written by one of the scholars responsible for restoring Haven. The notes have obviously come loose from a ledger of some sort. It took weeks scrubbing bloodstains from a stone. One of two things is true. Either stone is more porous than I thought, or Maker's beard. There must have been a lot of blood. How many people died? I'm so relieved I didn't have to deal with the altars of sacrifice the first arrivals found. Those were tossed off a cliff, I think. So we just have to deal with the stains on the walls and floors. If this doesn't clean it up in a day or two, I'm asking for some fresh plaster. Maybe we could cover them up. Still, it's not all bad. Haven is a beautiful place, and while working in the dungeons, we found scraps of paper with writing that looks like Brother Ferdinand Genitivi's. He was held here for weeks before the hero of Ferelden found him. Well, I mean, yeah, there was that whole thing where they killed all villagers, sure, or visitors. But wait a minute. If they killed everyone who was visiting, why was Genitivi, imprisoned? I'm sensing some inconsistencies here. But, oh well, I guess it's just not my place to question because the hero of Venetivi is known as the hero of Venetivi after all. Didn't matter if he committed some mass genocide or anything like that. I mean, they imprisoned a guy. And also killed all visitors so they could keep their isolation thing, but hey, that apparently is just worth committing mass genocide over. Just killing everyone and leaving no survivors. That's definitely something a great grand hero would absolutely, obviously do. Okay, well, enough of this place. Let's go ahead and actually just focus on the thing we're actually supposed to be here for. Loot. That's what we're here for.
I do not believe he is guilty. The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, he intended it this way. I do not believe that. That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Okay, I think that's enough of their conversation. Walking in like a boss here, don't mind me.
I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
Yeah, that's right, so step out of here, bitches. I'm in charge.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I'm still a suspect?
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did.
You absolutely are.
No, he is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Pretty much, yeah.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
I mean, no, actually, I'm not going to claim myself that, I am not going to claim to be a chosen one to a maniac like the Maker. I'm sorry.
You realize I'm an elf.
Oh, slightly
A
disapproves.
Dalish elf.
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
Also, your Maker is racist.
And your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
Oh.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn.
Oh, okay.
We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
That's right, step out of the way, motherfucker. We can handle this
The
ourselves.
Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers, and no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
I'm gonna do a little bit of investigation. Questions about the Inquisition. Oh wait, that actually might help with that. The Inquisition of old.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way.
Fuck the Templars.
We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
Did somebody say an empire? Oh, we haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll see. What about the Chantry?
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine, and then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
Well, So you want a holy war? Is this gonna involve any, genocides or persecuting of people of other religions or anything like that? You know, like, all those other inquisitions, just kind of want to make sure what I'm getting involved with here.
To start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
Well, I'm not gonna ask that question. This is rather strange.
When I woke up, I suddenly didn't picture this outcome.
Neither did we.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Well, I am wearing the armor of the dragon wielding a dragon bell, so you know what? It's only fair. How long have I been recording, by the way? I want to make sure. As of this day, the Inquisition is formed again. Well, he's getting out of there as soon as he can. He probably knows I'm gonna go after him first. Excuse me, if that's me without my dragon armor, I do not approve this cutscene. I go in looking my best, okay? And I look my best in my dragon armor with my dragon bow. Oh, but the banner is very nice. I do like it. And now we actually start with the title screen. Took a bit of a while, the ending of 2 episodes, but you know what? We're finally here. And, wait a minute. Excuse me. Oh, and I got some influence now. The threat remains report to Haven's Chantry. Give Miniev, something, I don't know what it was, but, excuse me. Why am I not wearing my dragon armor? What is this I'm wearing? A scout coat? No. I do not go without my medium armor of the dragon. Okay. Consider me Essenor Targaryen here, because I am 100% a dragon person being. And, yeah, get the rest of all this shit out of here as soon as possible. But, hey, that'll be the ending of this video. It has been an hour, so that means we are at the time limit of this. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Give that like button a stab if you did. Subscribe if you want more death in your life. Be sure the bell is tolling for thee. Until next time, rest in peace. Bye!